TikTok has the best algorithm out of any app. Also collects data. And it's interesting because China is a company where there is no Facebook in China. There is no
Mhm.
Instagram in China. There is no Twitter in China. But there's TikTok in America. That's interesting,
Interesting.
right?
Yep.
I already told you that China's education system has far surpassed our education system, and they're on pace in the next 15 years to have a bigger economy than us, but they're on pace. They're like neck and neck right now with when you look at this data breach situation, China,
Yeah.
like at the highest level possible, we're not fighting wars with missiles and okay. Do you think monkeys in Wuhan, China, all of bats in Wuhan, China, all of a sudden came up with the worst virus to hit the earth in 100
Yep.
years and shuts down 4 billion people? You think that just happened by coincidence?
Yeah.
That a group of Chinese tourists catch a disease from Wuhan bats and then go to fashion weeks all over the world. They went to Milan Fashion Week, then they go to New York Fashion Week, and they go in the subway system, and then it just spreads. Does this happen by coincidence? Is
Yeah.
that something that is believable to you?
No. Told you from the beginning, but no. No.
Like this shit don't even sound. This shit don't
So
even
that
sound
yeah,
believable.
it sounds
Fairy
like
tale.
a thank you. A Dark Knight cartoon. The Joker got some bats out and got people sick, and then they went like, come on, bro. Like virology doesn't work that way. Infectious disease does not work that way. For those of you who know, but since it's out now, yeah,
But
it's a different world.
I think this is a plan all along. When you look at it from a standpoint, like I said, you know, it's one of these things where it's capitalism is always going to find a way to win. So you look at an asset like TikTok, it's powerful for the simple fact that it's controlling the youth. And everybody knows that the youth is the most important demographic. That's why Africa
Yeah,
is the continent that most people is looking at because they have the youngest population, one of the only continents with a positive growth rate, and 80% of the population is under the age of 21. So
mhm.
they have a human capital that can't be you can't replace the human capital. So when you look at TikTok having this influence over the minds and having the algorithm and having the data of all of these kids ages 12 to 21, right?
Yeah,
That's valuable. That's valuable asset. So when America comes in and it's like, okay, we can kind of shake this thing down to get partial ownership. Of course, Trump has to be involved. Now he can't legally be involved because that'll be crazy for a United States president to have ownership in a company. That's just, I mean, he did the meme coin, but you can only go too far, right? But he has a lot of friends. So now if you could position your friends allegedly,
who just paid you handsomely, allegedly?
allegedly in a position where they can get, a holding company and own 50% of the asset that's extremely valuable, you could potentially find your way into this situation one way or another, right? Everybody wins because China continues to operate in America where no company operates in China. So there's backdoor channels that has been working with the
Yeah,
CEO of TikTok and the president of China. It's no coincidence that he's having conversations with the president of China before he actually becomes
okay.
president. He's already having a conversation with the president of China. The CEO of TikTok shows up to the inauguration. I mean,
Mm. We the only CEOs who didn't. Coon
respectfully
coin,
respectfully decline
respectfully.
respectfully decline that
Big facts
invitation.
3 times.
I respectfully decline that invitation.
When you talking the victim mindset bullshit, boy, them came fat. Ooh, September, October is getting them.
Ah, okay. Ian, what's your thoughts on this?
Oh, mm, I only talk about the information that is available to the public. My thought always was, if America's in a crunch financially, and shout out to all the TikTok creators, go get your bag. I'm happy for you. But everyone was telling me how TikTok was paying so much more money. For me, for full transparency, I've never been monetized on TikTok because I stand by the morals I talk about. But I'm like, if they're able to pay more than Meta and our platforms, why? Well, another way that you can get a community or constituents' turn is by paying them to do so. So if China was directly paying creators, that would be an act of treason. What or not? But if I'm doing it through a vehicle and I get you hooked on my app and the algorithm is better, is that not an act of economic terrorism? We're being attacked on all fronts. And for those you don't know, there are 4 other viruses that have popped up. Shout out to my virologist if you're watching tonight or watching on the replay, that have come from China 3 weeks before the election. So I'm gonna make you a deal. Mark, you didn't like me before. After you're done making your apology and you change your whole stance on everything, I'm gonna let you guys go create your version of CapCut. But this algorithm, my buddy's got to get in on. My first question to everybody when we find out this deal was happening is, how soon does the 50% equity stake go public? May never see Kevin O'Leary on Shark Tank again. Watch it on CNBC. This is business being played at the highest level. So hypothetically, if they're supposed to be our enemy and they're paying a bunch of our creators a better rate than what they can get paid in corporate America, is that an act of economic terrorism or no? There are a lot of companies and a lot of technology in China that is superior to ours, and they don't want the citizens here to find out that it is. And TikTok probably is just one glaring example, but there's probably 30 or 40 other companies that are way better than some of our brightest stars in the field. So, and if Mark didn't agree, Meta was, you thought I ranted and raved about Meta in 2022. Would have been disastrous. He would have had to step down. How bad it would have been for him. But what do I know?